We are now moving on to you, your skills, what you bring to the table, and why you potentially fit this role. Think of the skills database as a skills inventory or an audit of your skills. We classify skills into 3 categories: A, B, and C. A being esoteric skills. Those are function-specific skills. Math skills, specific computer languages, compliance knowledge, those types of skills. B, we classify as generic skills. Skills that you and I could have in common doing 2 different types of jobs: leadership skills, management skills, etc. C being chemistry. This is the fit with the hiring manager, group, and company. Obviously, fit is very important. Most people say it's 70% of whether you get a job or not. I think that potentially can be the case, but only after they feel that you can do the job. They can like you all they want, but if they don't feel that you can make their life easier by filling the need that they have on their team, chemistry alone will not get you the role. That's why we put it in this order: A plus B plus C equals the job. Our hope with this approach is that you, as the candidate, are showing the hiring manager that the skills you have acquired through school, life, prior or current positions make you the best candidate for the position they have. They are confident you can do the jobs you've done. Now they need to know that those skills translate into the job that they have an opening for. How we suggest starting this process is getting a blank piece of paper, drawing a line down the middle. On the left side, write your name, and on the right side, write the word job. Under your name in the left column, without looking at your resume, list all of your A skills, then B skills. Once you have finished listing skills off the top of your head, look at a resume or a bio of yours and fill in any additional skills you may have missed. The reason we do this exercise is not for busy work or to give you homework, but it's to ensure we are bringing majority of your skills and knowledge and past experiences to the front of your mind. Most people speak in the last 2 weeks of their most recent experience. So for example, if you're currently working as a salesperson, on your interview, the most recent meeting or sales you closed will be the focus of your skill set discussion. This exercise allows you to bring all of your experience to the front of your mind, so when the interviewer asks you a question, you can pull from whichever experience is most relevant, not just most recent. Think of it like studying for a test, but the topic just happens to be your professional career. Next, you want to take the column on the right side under jobs and list A and B skills from the job description and any additional info that you found out from the research avenues we discussed earlier in this lesson. Then with the 2 columns filled with A and B skills, start connecting the topics that match. Literally draw lines. This is an opportunity for you to connect your skills with the responsibilities of the position. Once there are lines connecting the common items, prioritize them. So come up with a game plan or a strategy. If your top 3 skills are the firm's bottom 3 needs, they can be discussed, but they should not be discussed first. The firm's top needs should be discussed first on an interview. So when an interviewer says, "Tell me about yourself," or "Walk me through your background," most candidates will answer this question literally. They will walk them through their background in chronological order, discussing the skills that they utilize most in each role. You want to adjust your skills so that they're in the order of the needs of the hiring company. This allows them to see why you can do their job. You never want to tell them anything that's not true. That will be a sure way to not get a job. However, you want to position the skills that you do have in an order that allows the hiring manager to accurately assess your background in the short amount of time typically allotted for an interview. I like to think about it as the hiring manager has 5 to 7 boxes in their head of skills that they need to feel confident that you have once the interview is over. So by positioning your background in their order, they can check off more of those boxes and ultimately feel more comfortable that you are the right fit for their needs. If there is additional time, you can always discuss additional skills that you bring to the table. But we have found you're lucky to get through 5 of their top needs in the short amount of time typically allotted for interviews. Things to remember within the interview's first 3 questions. You should have covered at least 3 of their top needs with your answers. Hiring managers are busy, so if your skills do not align with their needs, they will most likely start thinking about their long to-do list or their next meeting. Grab their attention with your first answer. Let them feel immediately that you may be someone they are going to hire. If they feel that way, they will remain engaged throughout the interview. If not, you will lose them. With most interviews starting with the questions of either "tell me about yourself" or "walk me through your background," you have the ability to indirectly lead the interview with your initial answer. Your answers prompt their next question. Make sure your answers are the most relevant to their needs, not necessarily the most recent in your background. Another quick fact. Most hiring managers are not trained in interviewing. They're trained in the field that they are working in. So you want to ensure that your answers provide them the ability to make an accurate assessment of your background. They're going to make an assessment. Your job is to make sure the answers allow that assessment to be accurate. In the next chapter, we will go through more detail of how to accomplish that. Once you have done your initial skills inventory or an audit of your skills, you will then dive a bit deeper into how well you do that specific skill and where you have utilized it effectively. Most candidates speak about their background with opinion responses versus fact responses, such as I have strong sales skills versus I closed $2.3 million worth of new business with X, Y, and Z firms. This next exercise will show you how to turn your answers from opinion to fact.